Hi friends, today we are going to learn about an important topic in GitHub, CI/CD, that is continuous integration and continuous deployment in GitHub. Welcome to my channel. My name is Rahul. If you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel. In this video, we will be covering the following topics. What is GitHub event? What is GitHub Workflow? Understanding CI/CD concepts. Learning CI/CD advantages. What are GitHub Actions? And after that, we will do the demo. What is GitHub event? GitHub events are actions or activities that occur within a repository which can trigger workflow in GitHub Actions. You can define these events in your workflow file to trigger specific actions. For example, you can run tests whenever new code is pushed to the repository. The common GitHub events are push, pull, issues, fork, schedules, etc. Now, we will see what is GitHub Workflow. A GitHub Workflow is a set of instructions that automate processes like building, testing, or deploying our code in response to the events like push or pull request. So these workflows are defined using YAML files and as part of GitHub Actions. You can customize workflows to meet specific needs such as running CI/CD pipelines, automating tasks, or managing your repository. The commonly used workflows are continuous integration workflow, continuous deployment workflow, that is CI/CD, then static code analysis workflow, scheduled jobs workflow. Now we will see the key components of GitHub Workflow. There are three main key components of the GitHub Workflow. First one is the trigger events, next is the jobs, and third one is the steps. Trigger events. These define when workflow should be executed. Examples of trigger events are push, pull request, schedule, etc. Jobs. A job represents a task or series of tasks. Each workflow can contain one or more jobs. Jobs are executed on runners, which are virtual environments where the job runs. Steps. Each job contains a series of steps that perform actions such as running commands, executing scripts, etc. Now, I will show an example of a workflow. This is not a complete workflow, but just to show the key components actually. The name is given as CI workflow. You can give any name. The next one is on. This is the trigger event. So which means on push or pull event, this workflow will be triggered. The next one is the jobs. Only one job is being defined, which is the build. It runs on the Ubuntu latest. This is the OS actually. Here you can select Windows latest also or Mac OS also. Next is the steps. The name of the step is checkout code and it uses the repository actions/checkout. So if you go to this repository, you can find the code for this. So when we do the demo, I'll show you the repository. Next is name setup Python. So this is for setting up the Python code, Python environment. And here the Python version is 3.9. The next is the test, which we are using is the PyTest. So this is an example of a workflow. So when we are doing the demo, we'll see it in the GitHub. Continuous integration and continuous deployment are fundamental practices in modern software development that aim to streamline the process of delivering quality software quickly and efficiently. Together, they form a pipeline that automates the building, testing, and deployment applications. So we will see continuous integration first. Continuous integration is a development practice where developers frequently merge their code changes into shared repository. Each integration is verified by an automated build and automated test, allowing teams to detect problems early. So if you see a typical continuous integration workflow, the developer writes the code and commit the changes to the version control like the Git. The commit triggers an automated build process. Then the automated test runs to validate the new code, and if the test passes, the build is considered successful, and if not, developers are notified to fix the issues. Continuous deployment. Continuous deployment is an extension of continuous integration. It ensures that code is not only tested but also ready for deployment to a production environment at any time. The deployment process is automated but may require manual approval to initiate. So a typical continuous deployment workflow is like this. After CI process, the code is packaged for deployment. Then the deployment scripts automatically deploy the code to a staging environment. Additional testing occurs in the staging environment. Upon the approval, the code is deployed to production. Now we will see the benefits of CI and CD. First, we will go to the CI. Automated testing catches bugs before they reach the production, which will result in improved code quality. Frequent integration reduces the complexity of merging code changes, which will reduce the integration problems. Early detection of issues accelerates the development process, which will result in faster development. It encourages the team collaboration and communication. Now, we will see the benefits of continuous delivery. Faster releases. It enables more frequent and reliable software releases. It reduces the risk of human error. The continuous feedback loop leads to better software quality. Faster updates and feature improve user experience. Now we will learn what is GitHub Actions. GitHub Actions is an automation platform integrated to GitHub that allows you to automate, build, test, and deploy your code directly from your GitHub repository. With GitHub Actions, you can define custom workflow to run based on your specific events in your repository, such as pushing code, creating pull requests, or issues. We will see the key features of GitHub Actions. We can custom workflows using ML files that execute the task automatically. Workflows are triggered by repository events like code push, pull request, or even scheduled jobs. GitHub Action uses runners, virtual machines to execute jobs. You can use reusable workflows. GitHub provides lot of pre-built workflows like deployment, continuous integration, deploying to cloud providers, sending notification, automating releases, etc. So the GitHub Action simplifies the process of setting up workflows with minimal configuration, helping teams to deliver software faster and more efficiently. Now, I will show you how to create workflows in GitHub. So this is a repository CI/CD demo. I'll open the repository first. Here you can see the Actions tab in the top. I'll click on the Actions tab, which will open this page. In this page, you can see the simple workflow, which we can configure the workflow. And there are many pre-built workflows, which is for various purposes like deployment, security, continuous integration, automation, pages. So many already pre-built workflows are made available by the GitHub. So you can use that, or you can configure a new one. I'm just clicking on a configure. So it will give a basic structure of a workflow with a name. You can see name is there, build is there, your event trigger is there, everything is there. Here you can make the required changes as per your requirement. Once you make the changes, you have commit changes in the right hand side and you can commit it so that this workflow will be made, which can be reused anyway. So I will create one workflow. I'll come to the actions, scroll down. I'll create a greetings workflow. So there is in the automation, you have greetings. I'll click on configure. So that is opening. Okay. This is the greetings workflow. You can see the name is greetings. So this is the entire code of the greetings workflow. It will write on issues and on the pull request, which are the event triggers. And you can see the messages right now, what is there, which is we can customize. So I'm just going to the repository actions. So github.com/actions/first-interaction. So this is the Git repository where the entire code of that workflow lies. Action YAML file is there. We can open the action YAML file. You can see the code inside this file. This is the repository which takes that workflow. You can see users actions/first-interaction repository. And these are the messages. So I am just changing the messages. So for an issue, I'll give a new message. Thank you for the issue. Okay. I'll change the message for the pull request also. So this is the current message. I'll delete as per my requirement. So you can always make the messages as per your requirement. So I have just changed thank you for the first pull request. So what this does is that it sends the message automatically to the contributor when they initiate a issue or a pull request. So I am committing the changes. Here you can give the commit message name and the description. So create greetings and description and giving for greeting the contributor. I'm committing the changes. Now it is committed. You can see the greetings.yml file is formed. So it is formed inside the GitHub workflows. So if I go to the repository, you can see the README file and the GitHub/workflow also in this. So if you want to see, we can open and see the workflow inside that file. So I'll go back. Again, click on the action. I'll show you the workflow in that page. So here in the left hand side, you can see all workflows. They are down greetings. Currently only greetings is there in that. And there is no run happen because nobody has contributed or it has not executed any run. That's why. So we will create another workflow also. I'll go to the code. Here we will create one more. I'll go to the actions. Again, new workflow. Okay. Here I am just searching. You can search the required workflow, pre-built workflows from here. I'm just typing Python. Okay. I'm selecting a Python application workflow. There are a lot of other workflows available. So based on your requirement, you can select the workflow needed. Now this workflow will install the Python dependencies, run test, and linked with a single version of Python. So this is what it does. This workflow does. You can see all your same, okay, on push and pull, this will execute the workflow and runs on Ubuntu latest, which you can change it to Windows or Mac. And this uses the repository action/checkout. So if you want to see, you can copy that one and paste in the browser. So I'm pasting it in the browser. So github.com/ action/checkout. Yes. Now that repository is opened. You can go to the YAML file. Yes, action YAML file. And this is the code which is written in that the file, YAML file. If you want, you can go through the file. So I'm coming back here. I'm now going to commit the changes. This all I have written like setup Python 3.10. That is the version of the Python. Then other dependencies to be installed and linked with Flake8. So I'm going to commit the changes for adding this workflow to my repository. Okay, give the name and the description. And you can commit directly to the main branch. Now you can see one more workflow is added. Greetings YAML and Python app YAML. So here also in the workflow, you can see all workflows down 2 are there, greetings and Python applications. So this is how we create the workflows in GitHub Actions. So based on your requirement, you can use the different pre-built workflows and make the development more faster. Thank you for staying connected. If you have any doubts or clarification required on the topics covered, please do comment in the comment box. We'll reply as soon as possible. Thank you.